Hey, people, how's it going? This is your blind buddy again. And I can say good morning, good way early in the morning. You always have to excuse me, man. I get up,
2:30.
at 2:30 I get up. I'm prompted to get up, and I'm obedient. I get up. I had to listen to my video, man. Like I said, you see, I drag for a little bit, but then the spirit will take over. And like I said, you just have to ride with me a little bit. You know what's gonna happen. It's come to me. It's like if you've ever questioned God's love, you know, here's your answer. You know what I mean? If you've ever questioned it, what was you looking for from God to show that He loved you? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What did you expect Him to do to express it to you? Our time, we be sitting in the bad parts in our life before, that's when we question whether God cares anything about us or not.
Yeah.
I speak from a place, experience. I ain't coming in from no place where I don't went to a school of theology and theoretical hypocrisy thinking, and I don't have no degrees. I got a life that I've lived. You know what I'm saying? Just like everybody else has. So questioning God's love, you can do so, but just be prepared for the answer when He gives it to you. Cause all He got to do is ask you. I'm like, well, do you love me? If He had to ask you the same question and question your love, where would it be at? You know.
Mm-hmm.
If He asks you who you think would have to have the more of an explanation. How many times have God asked you to do something? You don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
But you're always looking for Him to do something for you. And you think He owes you something. God don't owe you nothing. And people tell me, say, well, you got to learn how to be a little more compassionate when you talk. I ain't got to be nothing but truthful. You know what I mean? I open my mouth and whatever's in there come out. I'm not scripted on what I would say when it comes to what the Spirit would have me to say. What would I need to practice the Spirit for? People say, well, you could say something that could damage somebody. If I tell you the truth and it causes you some pain, then guess what? I'm gonna keep on jabbing right there because the truth comes to heal. First, you gotta tear it up before you build it up. You ever seen somebody plant corn in a grass field? Huh? It's gotta be tilled back. I don't care how pretty the field of grass look. If you want to grow some corn in there, you're gonna have to rip that grass up. And if you sitting around, worried about what's gonna happen to the grass, then you don't need to be trying to grow corn. Cause for what would you have a need to want to grow something if you ain't willing to rip the undersurface up?
Get rid of the old stuff.
Yeah. So when you question God's love, then you want God to love you with that old carpet you got on your floor. You want God to come and lay and sup with you and sit in your house with all the nasty dishes you got floating around in your space, nasty window. When God said, if you go into Galatians chapter 5 and just read chapter 5. And that'll solve a lot of these people say, well, I'm in the Spirit. I walk in the Spirit. You can tell if you walk in the Spirit. Just read Galatians 5. You know what I'm saying? Galatians 5 will tell you whether you walking in the Spirit or you walking after the flesh. Yeah? You want to see what God's love is? You want to question God's love? Go read Galatians 5 and question your own. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because when we go to questioning God, love, you know, God is faithful. How faithful are you? God answers you in some of the things that you ask him for, you know, and you take off. He don't see you no more till you need something else. But you still question whether God love you or not.
Because you walked away from him.
You know what I'm saying? Like your vending machine, you know, you just run by and, you know, grab what you want and take off. And like I said, we live in a world where people think that you're supposed to just have everything because that's what they've been taught. You wasn't taught by God to be that way. I know you would. Yeah. This whole idea of like, you know, you want a question, then every question has an answer. A lot of us won't even sit around long enough to wait on the answer.
Right.
Cause soon as you sound like you might say something that's gonna offend them, they cut it off and take out. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I know God loves me. Okay.
Because they see God's love as just good.
Giving stuff.
Good love, happy, joyful. They don't see the wrathful or the healing part, the parts that we need to know that will heal us so we can be with God.
Now, people take advantage of the word love and they don't know what it means, so they take advantage of it.
Like it's just the rainbows.
Yeah. If you look at what do you do with God in your life? What do you do with the spirit that's on the inside of you? You drag it to places it don't even want to go. You force it to do things it don't want to do. You have it sitting in places, messing with people that it don't mess with, doing things it don't do. And it's got the instruction booklet on. It's that. Don't do these things right here and we'll be all right. But we'll tell the spirit, oh, come on, we're gonna just go over here for a little bit. I'm bored because you ain't doing that. You're gonna call the spirit boring. The spirit that you say you love, you're gonna call boring. You treat God just like you treat the world you live in, like crap. You come through and dig out what you can and crap on the rest of it, and you want to question why. You want to question whether God loves you or not. Well, do you love him? If he love you the same way you love him, then there would never be you should never have no question as to whether God loves you or not. Huh? If you don't question it, that's your answer. Now you can get mad. But if you're going to get mad at an answer, why would you even formulate a question?
Why do you think people would get mad at that?
Because people don't want to hear the truth about what they trying to make for themselves. It's like if you tell somebody they can't climb a greasy brick wall with Sunday go to meeting shoes on, if they don't like the fact that you told them they can't do something, they'll go ahead and try. Just to try to prove you wrong because they don't want to be told they wrong. They don't want to be told something that they think is wrong. I'm sorry, but if you thinking up against God, you're going to always be wrong. You're going to go to thinking up against what's already known. You stupid. And then you get mad because somebody calls you stupid. That's what stupid does. The devil is stupid. And if you stand with the devil, you're going to look stupid when you go up against God. You think the devil looks real smart going up against the all-knowing? And the ones that's running around thinking is the one with all the questions. What question would God have? Except for one. Why do you run toward the devil? That'd be the only question. Why would you run toward stupidity? Because stupidity looks great. Until you put the clothes on. It's just like going in the store. Them clothes look good on the rack till you put them on. Oh man, this will look good on me. Get to the house with it and look in the mirror. Oh man, I think I probably should have asked more questions. I probably should have asked some more questions before I got this. Or go get a car that you thought looked good. go get a girl or a dude that you think look good, you probably should ask a lot more questions before you just go to snatching off the rack. Cause what look good to you ain't always good for you. Especially when you go to grabbing your brand of love and try to take it and match it up with God's love and then question why. Then want to question God's love compared to yours. Shoot, you ain't got no love. You got usability, profitability where it's equitable and profitable at in your life. You don't give a crap about whether it benefits anybody else or not. Not even the God that you asking for. And for that, what do you deserve besides a bowl of hot pit where you can go down there and get all the hot and the pit that you can get? What if God gave you all of that as a reward for your love? Since you expecting him to just reward you all the time. For what? Reward you with love that you ain't even showing to nobody else. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. And to my, well, when is my time? When you dead? When you gone from this earth? Now, if you want it before then, quit calling on God and go live in the world. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Quit questioning whether God gonna let you have something in your time in this world. Guess what? Your time is already in this world. Now, you want to spend it waiting on God, you can spend it waiting on God. But if you want to spend it entertaining the world, don't be looking for God to go out there in the world with you. You know what I'm saying? Don't get mad at somebody telling you that. It's called making a choice. You either want God or you want the world. Don't get mad at God because he won't let you have the world. You can get the world, but he tell you what it profits you to gain the world and lose your soul. You need to understand. Make a choice. God is love. You don't get to decide what love is because love always have been. You got to attach yourself to it. You don't get to go in and change the brand. You don't get to go in and add your little salt and seasoning to what's already been made and then question why it don't taste the way you want it to taste. Because you didn't make it. That's why. The answer to your question? You want to question God's love? God loves all of us. But how do we love him back? You know, that's why I get up and do what I do. I get up. Mm-hmm. I still, and I can't do as much as I used to, but I'm going to let God know I'm still willing, able, as long as I am. I'm going to keep doing it. Whether it's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, rock, you know. Nope. These are happy days. These happy days are yours and mine. These happy days are yours and mine. Happy days. Huh? Well, you know, that's just the way it is, man. I come on here and I'm glad. I feel the spirit. I get up, I can be kind of groggy, but I get a little bit of my simple life. And I keep it simple and keep it moving, baby. That's what we do. That's what we do as followers. You know, this idea about, you know, this Christian lifestyle. I'm sorry, y'all, I don't attach to it because I don't attach myself to it. I'm a follower. And you know, and I'm a child of God. You know, and I follow the path to get back home because I don't like being outside. It don't feel good. I want to go home. And I pray for all the souls that want to be in the same place I'm trying to go because ain't now one of us gonna be in no different place. We need to realize that God is not a respecter of persons. There ain't no separate heaven for somebody that just wants to be separate. If you want to be separate, you can stay down here because this is about as separated as you're going to be. You know, I pray to God show you the love, and I pray even more that you show the love back. You know what I mean? Yeah. start showing the love back like you expect to receive it, you know, and see what that does for you. Don't quit crapping on God, you know what I mean? Quit treating him like he's some kind of bum that you can just take advantage of. Quit treating him like you treat men on the earth. Quit treating him like you treat women on the earth. Quit treating him like you treat children on the earth. Y'all, you know, we're looking for God's love and questioning God's love, but then look at what kind of love is you showing? You understand what I'm saying? And that is, man, you know. If you want to question God's love, don't be surprised at the answer that you get. You might find out that, you know, God showed, if he showed you the same love as you showing him, then you got your answer. You want God to show you a different love, then you love different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You have to show him.
And you got to realize that God's love ain't just picking you up, giving you stuff all the time. It's putting you in your place when you're wrong. If you can't be loved like that, then take your grubby ass on. That's just the way that is. Nobody want to sit around and talk about this and thinking that God ain't finna let you take over his house. I don't care who you is. If you're sitting down here with that mentality, then guess what? You stay your behind in the soup. Nobody wants to fool with people like that, man. It's disgusting. And I should be able to say that because you should know how disgusting that behavior is for anybody to expect God to put up with that. Yeah, I want you people do. You're sitting around just it's like wet, cold oatmeal stuck in the back of your neck. I'd spit that mess out. You know what I mean? And people think, well, you know, you gotta have compassion. I don't want to know who wants to be around somebody whining all the time. You know what I mean? That right there get on my nerve. What kind of love can you show to something like that? It stops progress. You see? I'm sorry y'all had to see me get that way, because I don't like stuff like that, man. I'm more like the father than I even realize. There's certain things I just don't like, and I don't feel no conviction about despising it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just the way it is, you know? And I'm gonna stay that way. I don't care if this world don't like. This world ain't got nothing I want no way. So I don't care if you don't like me. If you think I'm supposed to show compassion in your crap, then guess what? Don't be surprised when you see me over there on the handle, clicking it, trying to get it to flush. Because I'm not going to sit there and put up with it. I don't have to.
Nope.
Yeah, because I'm on my path to the house. I ain't got to sweep around your front door because I can keep mine clean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can sweep around my own front door. I don't need to sweep around yours. So don't get mad at me if I ain't paying your front door no attention. But I ain't gonna let you sweep your trash on my front porch. You can bet you that. You know? Understand that.
Mm-hmm.
I was there, y'all. I got up. It come out. And if you didn't like it, then guess what?
Too bad.
It wasn't up to you whether it come out. It was up to you whether you wanted to hear it or not. So if you didn't want to hear it, then I'm sorry that you didn't. I pray that you have a change of heart and come back in later at a later time, see that you was wrong for not wanting to hear something that would made you strong.
Mm-hmm.
Put you on a place, on a trip to take you where you belong, to a place where you've been desiring all your life long.
Mm-hmm.
They say you blind buddy. I'm gonna put it down to you like this, and I'm gonna put it back on you later on when it come down to be something else. Well,